common view among young guys that marriage is a huge risk. Divorce rates super high, as you said, initiated by women.
Yep.
More than half of marriages ending in divorce.
Yep.
Divorce courts favoring women. Men losing their children and being forced to pay alimony at the same time, losing half of their possessions. You've got these situations where the man and the woman are both working jobs, and then
That doesn't necessarily work in 2023. So you need to adapt to the new normal and innovate.
so let's jump into marriage.
Sure.
It is not uncommon. In fact, I think it's probably the common view among young guys that marriage is a huge risk. Divorce rates super high, as you said, initiated by women.
Yep.
More than half of marriages ending in divorce.
Yep.
Divorce courts favoring women. Men losing their children and being forced to pay alimony at the same time, losing half of their possessions. You've got these situations where the man and the woman are both working jobs, and then the court still finds in favor of the women. And then to get even more into the, I would say a more extreme position is like this case in Texas where this man and woman get married, have a kid, and then the woman wants to gender transition the kid and flees to California with this kid. And California says it's okay and allowed. Perhaps people are living too much on the internet, but the data does show that we're in I've seen too many commercials growing up where it's like, are you a father who has been negatively affected by this, blah, blah, blah. We can see the data showing that if you're a guy who enters a marriage, you are in a dramatically negative position in terms of any arising future disputes. Not to mention, I'll also add the cultural degradation of the institution of marriage. Married with Children, I absolutely despise as a TV show. I grew up watching this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about people who hate each other with a passion. And it's like a joke. And I'm like, I couldn't stand that show. But so you grew up seeing something like that. And I'm smart enough to recognize I'm not going to be programmed by a TV to tell me that marriage is bad. I understand the nuclear family is as what did Vivek Ramaswamy say? It's the most powerful and effective form of governance known to man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But how many people grew up watching that thinking marriage will make you miserable, propagandized and not wanting to do it. And now you have the institutions, the courts themselves, putting that weight on men if they are to even, try.
I just want to address what you said earlier about the kids in, Chicago or south side of Chicago. You are right. He mentioned earlier, those people that we're talking to right now, which is not the 1%, which are kind of like, the majority, they don't know what they don't know. So if you don't know what you don't know, you think, okay, this is my reality. This is all I know. However, when you're exposed to the truth of what's really out there, you can make a solid choice for yourself. Okay, as a man, what do I want? So to come to your point as well, you're right. As a man, you need to know from the very beginning what you want to be, your end goal. But you don't know until you know, which means if you don't know the extent of what you can do, you're not going to do anything. So my thing is like with marriage itself, if you know the truth about marriage and dating, you understand, like you said before, you're at a deficit once you join that agreement because women are incentivized to break that at any point in time and get a gain from it. Now, if you know that, how to get married to still have a family? It's simple. You marry without the state, which is either by the church or outside the U.S. That's how we come to like kind of rationalize getting married.
Yeah, we don't think,
age.
because here's the thing. So men take all the risk when they get married, right? And then on top of that, we live in a society that where women are not incentivized to keep the marriage going. And if anything, they're more incentivized to leave their marriage, get the money, get the children, get all the benefits that come with it. So what I'm saying is that since men must take more risk with getting married and dealing with women in that situation, they need to be more aware and know what they're getting into. It goes back to that boxing match I told you about. If you know that you're going to get into a ring with someone that's been training for the past 5 to 10 years in a boxing ring as a man, which is going to be your wife, by the way, who's going to know way more about the judicial system with dealing with the opposite gender, who's going to have all the advantages on her side. She's going to have dealt with way more men than you've dealt with women. This is why so many guys aren't able to go ahead and approach women, but women are very good at deciphering and figuring out which guys are losers. We want guys to just be able to have the experience so that they can simply compete. But most guys don't even have the experience to compete because what do we tell men? Oh, women are sugar and spice and everything nice. Chivalry is a thing. Treat them, fantastically, even though they don't necessarily deserve it. There's women out there that literally prey on men where they go on dates with guys that they don't like for free meals. Women do this stuff. Yeah. Women absolutely leverage the sexual marketplace to their advantage. All I'm simply doing is I'm telling guys, yo, you need to date like a girl and put yourself first because women absolutely put themselves first. We got girls with sugar daddies. We got girls getting flown out to major cities because I know you guys say, oh, well, there's women in rural areas that might not necessarily do this stuff. They're still getting flown out. They still have access to these men. They're still one DM away. They're still able to go to Tulum and to Miami, etc. How do we know? Because we deal with these girls. Where are you from? I'm from Bumblefuck, Arkansas. And then they're still going ahead and hanging out with guys like us. And I'm like, holy crap. The sexual marketplace is globalized. And what I mean by that is that your girl ain't safe. She can go
Nowhere.
travel anywhere. So I want guys to be aware of this, adapt to it, and understand, okay, which girls am I going to commit to? Are there women out there that are worthy of committing to that you found one? Absolutely. But I want guys to have the skill set to be able to figure out and decipher which ones are worthy.
I saw a funny tweet. I think it might have been Ashley St. Clair. Maybe not. I don't want to attribute the joke to the wrong person, but they said men should not be allowed on Instagram. The point being, guys go on Instagram and they DM women.
A lot of people don't understand that they control the mind and they get to program the mind. The mind doesn't get to program you if you decide to do that. And so all of these things of the way women and men interact in the world, we're not slaves to it. We can chart our own path and our own mindset of what we want our relationships to look like. And again, if everybody's happy and healthy, that's good. But I don't want to get into such a binary generalization that men think that women are this way or men are this way.
Right. That's
Of
why I say
course,
like
but-
tendencies or not absolutes.
Yeah, but you also have to be able to look at trends, and you also have to look at the world for the way that it is. And I would say our view on it and our adaptations is a very practical solution to dealing with a deregulated sexual marketplace where women have significantly changed. Like, I think your strategy is very viable maybe 50, 60 years ago when women were different and you were more self-assured that you could find a woman that had family duties, that was more less promiscuous, had family values, was religious. There was social shame. There was social shame for being a hoe. There was not Instagram. There wasn't the internet, etc. But in today's modern day society where we live in a deregulated sexual marketplace, and what I mean by that is that you can literally hook up with anyone as long as there's an age of consent, etc. Guys need to move differently and adapt to the new normal. And I would say,
don't follow the trend though. Chart your own path. I think that's kind of my whole point.
I get that.
You're
Chart your own
following
path,
trend, and
but you have to chart your own path. But here's the thing: if you're gonna go like MGTOW and not deal with women, that's cool. Then fine. But if you're gonna deal with the opposite gender and chart your own path, you have to be aware of what's in your path to a degree.
You need a better filter.
And
that's
see,
all I'm gonna say.
I agree. You had many good points, bro. 100%. I'm glad you came to the show. I actually had a mind shift
We
as
agree
well.
with most of what you say.
But I will
there's a
say
lot
this
of it,
though.
yeah.
I will say this: it's good until it goes bad. So we're telling guys, understand the bad so you can understand the good and appreciate it. But ultimately speaking, bro, shout out to you for coming on. I appreciate your point of view as well.
Yeah.
And if
We agree on the family, and the nuclear
if you ever
family is
get-
the backbone. We agree.
if you ever get divorced, tune into our podcast. Okay, cool.
No, I think Jason will be all right.
Yeah.
I think I'll be okay.
He's gonna have a lot of grandkids, and
It's gonna, it really comes down to when you really make a commitment with somebody who is focused on like the families first over everything. Like we've had ups and downs and problems. Like marriage is not easy. Like do not let me fool you into thinking marriage is. We've had some hard things that we've had to go through. I mean, my son almost died when he was 18 months old.
Wow.
And so we've been through a lot, but like it's really when you stop looking at what do I want, like what are the things that I'm desiring, and it becomes more of what are we building together. That's when it gets really exciting, and like it just like failure just becomes not an option.
No, you found a good one, and you put. Here's the important thing: you just mentioned duty, right? And in a marriage, here's the scary thing: we've had women come on our podcast and literally say, "I left the marriage because I wasn't happy."
Yeah.
That's how so many modern day women
it's
think. They think marriage is about personal happiness. It's not about duty anymore. That's why I'm telling guys, find the girls that are willing to make it about duty and not personal happiness. Luckily for you, you found a girl that was about duty.
wait. Wouldn't that be a woman who's like, I'm not gonna sleep with you right away? We have to have like plans, boundaries, and duty.
No.
I mean, I'm talking about the family preservation duty is what I mean.
But
Like,
I mean,
regardless for
How
not
are you
being
going to
happy.
find them if you're just banging them?
Well, no,
That's the point.
no. Hold on. Like, I see what you're saying, but wouldn't the ideal woman be the woman who says, I am not going to bang you?
No. I'll tell you why. Because hold on.
No.
Genuine desire
He's going somewhere. He's
goes
going
both ways.
All right.
So ultimately, if I'm a guy, right, I like a girl, she looks great to me, I'm into her, off point. If a girl's going on a date with you, she's trying to figure out, okay, is he actually a guy I want to be with? Is he going to be sexually appealing to me? He's actually going to be not turn me off. Okay, he passed all these barriers here. All right, I'll give him a shot. Now, if that happens the first day, second date, third date, cool. Now, if she makes you wait a week, a month, 2 months, why is she making you wait? Ask the question. It's because she doesn't see the value in you to say, you know what? He's worth me betting my
Women
life on.
leverage sex for compliance against men that they don't deem worthy. So I'm not telling you to like, if a girl doesn't give it to you, to like get rid of her. I'm not saying that. What I am saying though is that don't let a woman famoose you thinking I'm going to leverage sexuality against you for compliance and get resources and time.
Don't
in
go on a
exchange.
date with a woman who's just hungry.
Yeah, pretty much.
'Cause so many guys go out with these girls thinking that there's desire, but there really isn't.
And dude, girls are
Yeah,
smart.
exactly.
They know, okay, I'll make him wait because guess what he would think? I'm pure. I'm different.
But
I
dude-
guarantee you, Chad down the street, they had to wait first night, and
Yeah.
he dumped her the second day.
Negotiating in bad faith.
So it's like, who's really safe?
But I agree. If a guy could find a girl that's going to prioritize duty over her personal happiness, fantastic. But I think guys need to go out there and deal with a bunch of women to figure out who that woman will be.
Right on. Any